Superman animated series episodes 1 through 3 is called The Last Son of Krypton, and it introduces the character with a great origins, very expanded, sets up a great animated series that I wanted to talk about and give some love. And I didn't even know, as you can see from the box, that this is like available as its own little standalone purchase over on Amazon. I'm gonna put that link in the description for you. I didn't know that was a thing. I was just gonna talk about the first 3 episodes. So it's about an hour total, and it's a really great little origin story with a lot of great elements. Let's talk about it. I think the biggest thing is just that I was just surprised and just had forgotten so much about that this is not a lot about Superman in the beginning. They kind of such a nice slow build to everything. And you kind of get a good feel for Krypton and Kal-El, some different elements of the science community before you end up with what happens with Brainiac. There are some great graphics and imagery here to get Kal-El to Earth and the rocket ship, of course, as the planet starts to deconstruct and everything starts falling apart and the devastation ensues. This is the father-in-law that actually helps get Kal-El out, which is an interesting little twist. I didn't care for the fact that Kal-El's plan to save the Kryptonians is to throw them all into the Phantom Zone. That was kind of a little unorthodox, but hey, you know what? This was a good, very principled first step in creating a backstory that we can all understand. I also would be remiss if I didn't praise Christopher McDonald as the voice of Kal-El. Who knew, man? Shooter McGavin was a great voice, and I was really impressed. Totally had forgotten about that. Some good, yeah, great voice work, of course. No surprise there. Great action. Everything really moves along very well through the show, especially in the first act. All right, once you get into part 2, now you have Clark landing on Earth, being found by the Kents. It's a much slower burn than normal mythology about him learning his powers, what he's capable of, and meeting Lana, saving Lana, all of that. She's not as attuned as I think I would have expected her to be, but he does become Superman here, and you start to see him make his presence known to the world, particularly to Lois Lane. And then, of course, Lex Luthor is watching from afar. Again, the voice cast is amazing. Dana Delaney is Lois Lane, and Clancy Brown, man. Clancy Brown rocks, man. He's awesome. As Lex Luthor was a different feel for Lex, definitely more of a gritty, darker, sort of intimidating version of Lex Luthor than we normally would get with the voice actors, and definitely not with the presence you see on screen. And once you get to part 3, you're full on Lex versus Superman, as Superman's figuring everything out, realizing that Lex is really the one who is behind this contrived robot and this different theft and different things that are going on with John Corben, who we're going to set up later. Now, again, it's really kind of cool to see his character have like a little bit of a slow introduction. Hollywood doesn't tend to always pace itself well to get there, but they really do in this show, and just really do a good job of giving you a great introduction, getting kids involved to understand everything. You can have everything you need here to build upon to have a great show with all of the heroics and mythology, setting up his power set, understanding his dynamics in Metropolis, balancing that against Clark, some tensions with Lois, what it works like at the Daily Planet. Everything you want is in these 3 episodes, and really get you excited about watching the Superman animated series before we get into just a complete myriad of rogues and different battles that we're going to have from Lex Luthor to Brainiac and beyond. So great stuff. I loved all of this episode. Love this little series. And again, folks, if you didn't know, you can get this. You can just buy this little movie set, if you will, over on Amazon. We can put that link there for you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Happy Superman Day. Talk to you guys later. I am Pops.